I've been looking for a shooter that I can casually jump into and play without having to take it too seriously. I bounced between several games before eventually finding Easy Red 2, an indie World War II shooter that captures some of the nostalgia of old school war games while introducing a few fresh mechanics of its own. Easy Red 2 is essentially a massive World War II battle simulator that drops you directly into the fight. Its campaigns cover battles from across multiple fronts. Some are familiar, such as Operation Overlord, while others explore conflicts that shooters rarely touch, including the second I always say this wrong. I'm still saying it wrong. Japanese War. We're keeping that in. There is also a surprisingly large selection of playable nations. You have the obvious choices, such as the United States and Germany, alongside countries that receive far less attention in World War II games, like Poland, the Republic of China, Hungary, and Romania. Each faction comes equipped with its own recognizable weapons, tanks, uniforms, and aircraft. Combined with the base game and its DLC campaigns, there's a massive collection of missions to play. However, having a lot of content doesn't necessarily make a game good. What matters is how all of this actually feels once you've entered the battlefield. Thankfully, the gunplay is fantastic. Chef's kiss, French kiss, whatever you want to give it, it's good. Every weapon feels slightly different, even when comparing guns of the same class. An American rifle doesn't exactly feel like a German or Japanese equivalent, giving each faction a little more personality. Most weapons can drop an enemy in only 1 or 2 shots. This makes the combat feel more lethal than a traditional arcade shooter without becoming an unforgiving milsim. Getting shot can also cause your character to bleed, but unlike most games, bleeding won't slowly kill you. But it does prevent you from sprinting or holding your breath until you stop and apply a bandage. It's a simple tweak of a mechanic, but it still does what it always does. It forces you to briefly retreat and recover rather than immediately charging back into the fight. The maps themselves are fairly large and cover everything from beachheads and dense cities to forests, farms, and small villages. Many structures are destructible, allowing tanks and explosives to punch holes through buildings, destroy fences, and remove smaller walls that stand in your way. The destruction isn't as advanced as something like Battlefield, but it makes the maps feel more reactive and gives vehicles a satisfying amount of power. The sound design is serviceable. It's not going to blow you away, but weapons, explosions, and vehicles have enough impact that the game never feels cheap. Each mission usually lasts somewhere between 15 and 40 minutes. One side defends while the other side pushes through a series of objectives across the map. The attacking force begins with limited reinforcements, but can earn more by capturing objectives, creating this constant tug-of-war as both armies fight over each position. The vehicles and support available also change between missions. One battle might revolve around infantry, pushing through a village, while another gives you access to tanks, artillery, and aircraft. This keeps the campaigns from feeling like the exact same battle repeated on a different map. The scale is where Easy Red 2 is at its best. The battlefield is filled with soldiers attacking objectives, defending buildings, operating weapons, and fighting all around you. Tracers fly overhead, tanks are rolling through defensive positions, and aircraft occasionally do bombing and gun runs across the battlefield. It creates a level of chaos that makes you feel like one small soldier taking part in this much larger battle. The AI generally understand where they need to go and which objectives they should attack or defend. However, individual soldiers aren't especially intelligent. They sometimes stand in exposed positions, ignore nearby cover, or funnel directly towards an objective. They are effective at keeping the battle moving, but you shouldn't expect them to behave like coordinated players. The game also has some surprisingly in-depth squad mechanics. When playing as a squad leader, you can order your soldiers to move to specific positions, attack objectives, search for enemies, or approach a target from a particular direction. Depending on the mission and the units available, you can also mark targets for artillery strikes or request armored support through your radio operator. This is one of the areas where Easy Red 2 really stands out. You can simply follow the rest of the army and treat the game like a straightforward shooter but taking command of a squad gives you much more control over how you approach each objective. Now, the command system isn't perfect, and the AI won't always carry out your orders in the most intelligent way, but it adds a welcome tactical layer without turning the game into a complicated milsim. And if leading infantry isn't your thing, you can operate tanks, armored cars, artillery pieces, and aircraft instead. Vehicles are more involved than simply getting inside and driving. Many have multiple crew positions responsible for driving, aiming, loading, and operating secondary weapons. When playing alone, you can switch between these positions and take control of the entire vehicle yourself. It can feel a little clunky at first, especially when you need to rapidly change seats during combat, but it also makes the vehicles feel more real since they need to be operated by a crew. Easy Red 2 normally costs just $8.99, and at the time of this review, it's on sale for $4.49 until July 29th. Even at its regular price, the amount of content here is impressive. You get large-scale battles, dozens of missions, multiple playable nations, infantry combat, squad commands, vehicles, aircraft, destructible environments, both co-op and competitive multiplayer. But the AI can be clumsy, the presentation's a little rough, and some of the game's systems take time to understand. However, none of these problems stop me from enjoying it. Easy Red 2 manages to capture the scale and chaos of an old-school World War II shooter without demanding the commitment of a hardcore milsim. For less than $10, it is an easy game to recommend, and for its current sale price, it's an absolute steal. Now, before we wrap up, let me know in the comments what your favorite World War II shooter is, or if you've already played Easy Red 2, what you thought of it. If you enjoyed the review, consider subscribing. So if you want a laid-back World War II shooter that you can jump into for a few chaotic battles, Easy Red 2 is absolutely worth checking out.